Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this call. This is being recorded. This session is being recorded. For myself, I'm Loïc Dursel. I'm a business development manager for Tech Data, working at for 4 years now with Tech Data. And today I have I'm very pleased to have also Michael Jonkers, who is actually leading the SMB department within Cisco Belux. So today we are going to actually speak over the secure hybrid workforce. Okay, the secure hybrid workforce. I'm calling it this way because basically you have two things. You have the secure remote workforce, and then you have the trusted workplace. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the secure remote workforce. And then Michael will follow up with speaking about the trusted workplace. And actually, it's it's important to know that there are quite a lot of promotions going on at the moment about these type of solutions. So hopefully we can give some key takeaways in terms of the type of bundles that we can offer today. So without further ado, let me go to the first slide. So as you know, we all work at the moment in most of the companies and most of the workers in Belgium, but also worldwide, are working from home. So it's been a year now. So as you can see, only 20% of the population, of the worldwide population, was working from home before the COVID. And now in May 2020, 76% of the population do work from home, okay? Obviously, there are some people that are also in a hybrid environment and still work at their workplace, at the workplace, but yeah, with some exceptions and so on. So again, here, 76% working from home today. So top of mind of every organization, what is really important for the employer is he is going to look for the employee safety and health, and he is going to look at the security of the remote worker, and he is going to look at the productivity and engagement. Okay, so 98% expect meetings will have at least one remote worker. So basically, only 2% of any companies worldwide is not having a remote worker strategy. Okay, so that's quite a lot. So 98% will have a remote worker also after COVID. So that's make it quite interesting. So the organization, what they need to do, they have to empower workers to be productive anywhere, okay, to have access to the information from any location and securely, okay. You have to optimize, we need to optimize the worker experience and the performance, the cost and the security, and then extend the enterprise class of solutions anywhere, in any location, and also at the home. So what do we see as risk? What do we see? We see security, privacy, and compliance risk. 600% increase in cyber attacks. So as you know, maybe most of the people, 80% of the workers do, for example, do have 80% of the workers are not plugging in their VPN. So 80% of the time, the network goes without the VPN. Okay, they are using the direct internet access. So here do we have a risk, and you have a compliance risk as well. We have a customer experience risk. You know, you on mute, or your Wi-Fi is not very good, or we can't hear you, and so on. So this is something that is also top of mind. And then you have the employee productivity, obviously, that's people that cannot access correctly their information. You have to remote troubleshoot and so on. So you have less satisfied manager and so on and so on. So all of these are risks. So you don't need to compromise between working remotely and working securely. So working remotely is top of mind and needs to be completely secure. Okay. And for that, we have different types of solutions, obviously, but we have to verify the user. So basically, we have to understand who is behind the desk. So you need to have an approach of type of security of zero trust security, like, for example, multi-factor authentication to make sure that the person behind the desk is actually the right person. And voila, so coming to the next slide. So there are a couple of solutions in terms of flexible network access. So the first one of the solutions, what we are going to look at is obviously the identity, who is there. And for that, we have the duo multi-factor authentication that can work on any platform. And also you can use any type of authentication. It can be biometrics, it can be SMS, it can be self-help type of tools and so on. You need to have this secure connection with VPN, with AnyConnect, but also protecting the endpoints with any malware that is coming. So advanced malware protection and a routing possibility. So you have different types of routers. Also for home, there is one that is specifically for routers for the small office, the small worker is the Z3 teleworker from Meraki. But otherwise, you have other types of routers, the ISR and the Meraki. Voilà. So here we have a view of the different type of secure remote workforce bundles. Huh? So you have the premium bundle, the advanced bundle, and the essential bundle. And the essential bundle, and then we go a little bit deeper on that. Huh? But you have here a small overview of all the solutions. So the essential bundles, what is in it? So you have essentially software solutions. In terms of collaboration, you have this very nice headset. So here the 700 series, which is a wireless headset, and this one is the 500 series decked. Voila, you can have a Cisco IP phone, but you will probably have which is more interesting for you, is the Webex unified desktop app. Okay, then the security and network. Here we have Duo, which is the multi-factor authentication. Umbrella, very important one because it's basically looking at the DNS secure internet gateway. So it's the telephone book of the internet. It will actually check any traffic that goes via the internet. And for endpoints, and then cloud email security. Now, there is also cloud mailbox defense that is being engineered specifically for Office 365 and can see lateral movement and within the environment of Office 365 or south-north movements, meaning any incoming emails from external sources and outgoing emails and so on. So all of these are bundles that you can create, that we can offer to you. So basically, those package of softwares you can have, you buy it in one go for a discounted price. So here a little bit deeper, the different solutions with Umbrella, Duo, cloud email security, cloud mailbox defense, and then you can monetize it on a monthly subscription. Most of the solutions are with MSLA and so on. So going at the advanced, here we will see that you will have the AnyConnect And then you have other collaboration tools like the HomeKit Mini or the Webex Desk Pro or Webex Desk, one of the two. And the rest of the solutions stays the same. So voila. So here the same. So what we'll have is then a link to the enterprise data center, so you can have with any direct connection with the enterprise data center, and you have the different flavors of Webex solutions, meeting, messaging, and calling, and then this link with the PSTN to the exterior. Okay, so for the premium, then what we'll see is we'll have more routers available, the ISR, the MX or the Z3, cloud email security, cloud mailbox defense, and then you have a higher end of collaboration device like the Webex Desk Pro. Again, the same idea behind it. So you have extra routing and better experience with the Meraki SD-WAN security solutions, so onto the MX, the ASR. And so you have really, the advantage of it is that you can basically, from your work, as an example, use the corporate Wi-Fi from work, basically. That's totally possible. So you don't need to connect, and you have a completely perfect experience from work at home. Okay, then connect instantly your way. So here we are on the collaboration aspect, where you have the unified client with the Webex Teams, Webex Meetings and Callings, and Webex Rooms with the Desk Pro. And so it's a single app. So this same app, the Webex app, will be the main platform for any collaboration needs. So the point-to-point meetings, but also there's the collaboration platform that will host the software of any cameras that you buy. So Webex cameras, so the Webex Rooms, the Webex Room Kits, the Room 55, the Room 75 Webex board. It's all basically on the same and unique platform. And this platform is just, like I said, a platform for any point-in-time communication, but also in terms of co-creation type of collaboration, or then you can extend it to the calling capabilities. Okay, so exactly the same platform. This platform, you can have also a management platform, which is the Webex Control Hub. And in this Webex Control Hub, you can manage all the devices. Also the headsets. So you can go from the headsets to the device, to the users, and from the users also from all the capabilities. You can create all the policies and so on. The great advantage also from Webex is that it's fully encrypted end-to-end in the cloud. Okay, so you have fully encryption. Now, quite cool different bundles is there are bundles that work seamlessly well with Office 365, but also with the bundles that Microsoft already have. Okay, so the Microsoft E3 that is probably already familiar with. So you have, thanks to that, you have the best in class in security and collaboration suite, and use the best in class of Microsoft with file sharing capabilities and all the Office environment. Okay, so you can click on the link afterwards. We will send over the slides, but you can click on the link and see the interaction of both worlds. And basically, if you combine those, we've done the math for you. And we are coming to the E3 bundles, with all those E3 bundles. And then with the E5 upgrade from Microsoft is much more expensive than E3 plus the secure Cisco Secure Remote Workforce enrollment. So basically, you will actually gain some money back if you combine Cisco and Microsoft together. Okay, so use the great advantage of the whole Office suite, and anything about security, anything about collaboration, you can work with that. And we have you have integrations, for example, with Webex Teams and Webex Teams and Microsoft Teams. So both can work together. Okay, so the best of breed in security and collab, and the best of breed in file sharing and file collaboration in Mambala. So here a little idea of the different types of pricing. So the volume-based type pricing on the secure Webex bundles. Voilà, with, that's the list price in dollars, but you can contact us for extra pricing and so on. And then you have quite a lot of options that you can put on it. So you can place callbacks, or you can have a PSTN bridge and so on. So you have quite a lot of things there. Here as well, another type of bundles. So you can bundle Webex, Duo, Umbrella, and Cloud Mail Bulk Defense for roughly around $30 per user per month. Okay, list price. So you have a good discount on that. Okay, so definitely worth it. So to finalize my part, I thought it was interesting to give you also a few tips to enable a better security workforce. Voilà, remote security workforce. First is education. You really need to train your IT to train the workforce. The IT need to train the workforce. So they have to give insight on, and maybe you can do some gamification on how to spot phishing mails, how to do not put a password everywhere, or avoid placing a password on laptops. I've seen this a lot. Even my father is writing down his password on a laptop and always saying, "You're nuts, you're crazy, to remove this as soon as possible because it's dangerous." And then you can do those kind of cool assessments. So basically what you can do is simply tell them, yeah, we can make a fake email, and then in this fake email, if we see that the people are trapped, we can actually contact them and then see if we can increase security there. Verify using multi-factor authentication. Password only sometimes is not enough. So you need to, people can hack, people can copy. Maybe the password itself is not secure anymore. So basically you will go for an extra verification with multi-factor authentication. Secure access, and then we have all the SASE type of discussion with the VPN. You need to have encryption. Entry security. So here you can actually secure, and that's also on the SASE, secure access, secure edge. Voila, and here you will actually screen all the traffic on the internet on any location via the DNS. Cloud mailbox defense of cloud email security, and secure your assets to security in your existing investment, and simple and effective. Voila, and now I'm giving the words to Michael. Let me know if I can, if you want, I can turn the slide for you, or if you want, you can share your deck. I don't mind.
If it's fine for you, we can just keep it here. Yeah. All right. So return to the office, right? So obviously, Loic spoke about the secure remote workforce, but more and more we are moving back to, let's say, the return to the office scenario. slowly in the next few months at least. And so that there's a bit of an overlap between both, but there's also some elements that are only relevant for the office, which I will discuss. So what do we mean with trusted workplace or return to the office? Well, there's a couple of things that we need to keep in mind. We need to ensure, obviously the safety of the workers, and with the whole pandemic situation still not fully resolved, or even in a few months, we'll likely still need to wear potentially masks, etc., inside up to a certain point. We also need to make sure that the employees who do return to the office or who work partly in the office, partly remotely, that they have the same experience in both scenarios, right? It needs to be a same seamless experience from wherever they are, whether that's in the office or from their home. So if we go to the next slide, what does that mean in terms of outcomes for the customer? In terms of workplace outcomes? Well, I already mentioned the safe return to work is one. So we need as Cisco and Take Data to provide solution, and our partners to provide solutions that allow or enable that safe return to work. How can technology help with that? Again, we need to help make sure that we achieve operational efficiencies and also, let's say, an equal distributed work, whether that's remotely or in the office, and that their tools such as collaboration and security come and play a role. So today we'll focus mostly for my piece on the collaboration bit on the left side in green, and on how we can help ensure that safe return through all kind of proximity and social density insights and tools. So going into the next slide. So again, these are some of the more general slides, pretty obvious, but work from home is not here to stay fully. There will always be people that will now work from home way more than before. That will still be the case after COVID, but it will never be 100% of the workforce, right? We'll have a much more hybrid setup than before, right? So before the COVID pandemic, I would say probably more than 95% of all people, of all white collar employees were working from the office, and some were working from home from time to time. Now, during the COVID period, that has completely uh, turned around, right? Most people are now working from home, and then we'll come to a scenario where there's a real mix, where people go to the office a couple of days a week. They might work from home another week, but they need to have the same kind of experience across the board. And so the reality is, if we go into the next slide, that the offices are actually not prepared for this. A classical office environment does not reflect this reality yet. Um, so I think you can move to the next slide. Sorry, Loic. Yes, so indeed. So the hybrid workforce to which we're moving is not yet designed to, let's say, enable that kind of work. And so we'll need to change that. And a perfect example of that in the next slide is that almost 80%, according to our statistics, 80% of meeting spaces in offices do not yet have video capabilities, right? So how will you manage that as a company if your employees return to the office, some work from home? Will you enable these two to work together if there's no video enabled meeting rooms? That's just one example that shows that there's still an issue on that front, and that we can help resolve, obviously, as Cisco and with our partners such as yourself. So let's look at the return to the office plan, because that's what the companies need, right? They need to think proactively. How are we going to plan this return to the office over the next few weeks or months, perhaps? And there are a couple of questions that come to mind, obviously, right? First, how do I make sure it's safe to return for my workers? How can we make sure that there are not too many people inside the building, that people do wear their masks when and where that is necessary? How can we make sure that the remote employees, those that choose to work from home, let's say on a Monday, can connect with those that are in the office on that day, as well as the collaboration, of course, with suppliers and their own customers? How can we also make sure that as we move forward, the real estate footprint is probably going to come down a little bit, because companies have realized that a lot of work can and will be done also remotely. So will they really need big buildings going to the future, or can they reduce their real estate footprint? And what does that mean from for the company from an IT perspective. How can we, of course, continue to improve on work productivity and efficiency, deliver better hybrid events, both real and remote, etc., etc. So there are a lot of questions, a lot of question marks around the return to the office. But I want to make clear that it's important as a company to have a strategy, a plan around that. And you as a partner and us at Cisco, we can help our customers do that. We can help them write a plan and deliver on that plan. So a couple of things, 4 or 5 points here around what companies can do when it comes to returning to the office with Cisco. Well, I already mentioned it before. The video element is an important one. If you want your employees that are in the office to be able to collaborate effectively with the outside world or with their remote colleagues, you need video. It's plain and simple, right? So there we have a number of endpoints, video endpoints, obviously, some of which Loic already mentioned, that can be used. So we have some more personalized video endpoints, for focus rooms or for your home, but we also have a bunch of video endpoints and devices that are, relevant for an office space for meeting rooms, as you can see here. I won't go into detail, but it just goes to show that we have a range there that we can look into with you for your customers. Going into the next slide, same thing, but other kinds of endpoints. So besides the traditional video endpoints for meeting rooms, for big meeting rooms, we now also have a new range since a few months of smaller type of endpoints or cameras that you can apply for, let's say, hot desking. So for flexible work environments where you might not necessarily have your fixed space, fixed office, but you can move around. There's a lot of offices like that, flexible workspace, and those solutions that you can see here, the Webex desk camera and the desk hub, play into that and will become more relevant in this hybrid workspace of the future. Going into the next slide. Yes, here it's also an interesting one in terms of 3 things: digital signage, safe room navigation, and zero touch meeting. So digital signage, what do I mean by that? Well, having screens up in the office showing, for example, what is the situation around how many people are in the office that day. Are we above a certain limit when it comes to COVID restrictions? Things like that, have that up and showing in the office for everybody to see. Safe room, can I see in advance, is a room used or not? Where can I go? Which room is available going forward, etc., etc. Which room has been used already that day and needs to be perhaps cleaned or sanitized before we can use it? Again, with the COVID restrictions in mind, it might all make sense. So all of these things also come into play. So it's not only about video meetings, it's also about allowing for the safe room navigation, for digital signage that warns people in the office of certain elements, etc., etc. Then the second point is, that's something that Loic already mentioned. One application to get the work done, and for us from Cisco, that's obviously Webex, right? You can call from Webex, you can chat with your colleagues in the app, you can set up meetings, predetermined or ad hoc. All the devices are connected to the Webex platform. On the IT side of things, you can manage and see through the Webex control hub which meeting rooms are being used, how much meetings are being held, etc., etc. So all of this comes into life with the Webex application itself. So that's a crucial one from our perspective. Then going into the next slide, I already mentioned it, the control hub. This is a visual of how it potentially looks like. So again, it's relevant, at all times, even in COVID times, to see, okay, how is my actual usage of those meeting rooms? Does it make sense to have this many meeting rooms or not? Do we need more? If you can see that most of your meeting rooms now with the return to the office are being used, and they're being used at full capacity, maybe it makes sense to add another video enabled meeting room. So things like that come into play, and obviously troubleshooting is possible as well from within that same control hub. So those are some of the things around collaboration. So Loic already went through the whole security piece and the whole collaboration piece from a distance for the remote users. And this is more about, okay, how can we make sure that all of this is also present and efficiently used on the office floor once we're able to return. And then there's a 4-point, which is completely different, but also highly relevant in today's world. And as we return, it's Meraki plus every angle solution. So Meraki cameras, smart cameras that we offer in combination with the computer vision apps that every angle, one of our ecosystem partners, provide. And what that combination allows us to do is to determine exactly how many people are entering or exiting a building and how many employees are on site on a given day. Are they wearing their masks? If they're not wearing their masks, maybe the door shouldn't be opened to them, right? Until they put their mask on. So things like that can help you to assure a safe return to work and a safe use of the office spaces. And a use case related to this combination of Meraki in every angle can be seen on the next slide. So you'll see that there's 2 use cases I want to mention today. There are a lot more, right? But these are the most relevant as it pertains to the return to work once the COVID situation calms down a little bit. And that's face mask detection and the safe occupancy element. So as you can see on the left, actually this is a good example of the use of Meraki in every angle in combination with Webex. So the IT manager or the facilities manager or whoever it is in your organization that you determine is the person that needs to receive those updates, well, they can receive an automatic update when the Meraki camera in combination with every angle detects that somebody doesn't wear their face mask. So if as a, again, facilities manager or security manager within the company, you see that, you can immediately take action on it because you get those automatic updates coming in. This can also be used, for example, to restrict access, right? If you have certain, if you have a door, for example, an automatic door, if the camera, you can make sure that the camera inputs, let's say, result in the fact that if the person doesn't wear their mask, they are not allowed in, and this the system will block it, will block the entrance. So this is one example. And on the other side, the safe occupancy, and I already mentioned it several times. If, for example, if you want only 50 people to be in the office at any given time, in the current situation, well, Meraki MV cameras and every angle can also make sure that that is respected. And that so once we hit 50 on a certain building or on a certain floor, nobody else is allowed in. The IT manager or the facilities manager get that update and know exactly what's going on. So there's like a lot of these things that you can work with on the Meraki and every angle side that help to ensure that safe return to the office for everyone. So that's about it from our side, from my side at least. I think the important bit here is to just proactively talk to your customers about their return to the office plan, right? And to try to determine how you as a partner, in combination with Cisco Technologies, can help them set up that plan and execute on it, right? To make sure that once they do return to the office, they have everything in place to work as efficiently and safely as possible, whether that's through collaboration tools, tools such as Meraki in every angle, or security solutions, etc. That's it from me, Loic.
Very good, thank you. We have a little game at the end. Wait. Okay. So I don't know if you all know Kahoot. And Kahoot is an online gaming. Okay, classic. It's an online gaming. You need to go on kahoot.it or download the Kahoot app. And then we can start playing. So it's going to be 2 players. Yeah. Shafiq. I don't know if it's Shafiq or Mahmoud. No? Michael, you want to play?
I'll join. I'll join.
Shafik, you have an issue with oh, if you want, I don't know if you want to play. Yeah, you need to go to this site.
Are we waiting for Shafiq or Mahmoud or?
I don't know. He sent something in the chat. You have to go to this site, kahoot.it, and then place this code. Does it work? Bon. We'll start. Huh? Okay, so good luck, everyone. A little
The
quiz.
battle with Bart.
So the fastest and yeah. So what's the percentage of the workers working from home in May 2020? And then there is one correct answer. Very good.
I have a little question. Because I just saw some colors at my screen. No text, no question.
Okay. Should we restart the quiz? No, it's not a bad idea.
But normally the question is only showing on the screen, and then the on your phone screen or whatnot.
No, I'm not
only
doing it on
colors.
the phone. I'm just doing it in
Ah.
web browser, Google Chrome.
The question show up in the on the shared screen from Loic.
Ah,
And
okay.
yeah, and only the colors I think come up on your
Yeah,
your
Okay,
colors.
all right. Then I need to change this site. Yes. Okay, because I was just seeing on my screen and I just saw 4 bars of colors and that's it.
Yeah, but you have to go look at my screen and then you have to choose the colors.
Okay.
That's the answer. Okay. So the next question. So you have to look at red, blue, green, and orange. Which is the best? Which is the best answer? Okay. But it's strange. Ah, now the numbers are populating. Okay. So the next question. The 3 risks that arise from remote working. So careful, there is a timer. Huh? It's okay, Bart, or are you still struggling?
No. No, it's working. It's working.
Okay, next one. So you still ex aequo, Bart and Michael? Yeah, well, not really. Michael was faster. When with his
I didn't even answer this one actually.
yeah. Okay, premium, advanced, essential. So, yeah. So I did a little trick. I did premier there. This is not correct.
An advantage.
Ah, Bart, very good.
Yeah, I think Michael just letting me win.
It would be a bit embarrassing, guys, if I won the Cisco quiz. But Shafiq is also participating. He has also access. Or?
I don't know. I don't understand. Okay, so duo umbrella for endpoint. That's good. Okay, sorry, I made a typo. Is spaces.
That's a beautiful video room, Loic. 20 screens up there.
Yeah, cool, huh? 80%. Yeah, indeed. Ooh, suspense. And this one is a bit tricky because we didn't really mention it. I thought you would mention it, Michael, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go into details.
So this is a random.
The mini. Okay, in the meantime.
Damn, guys, that was not my objective here.
Yeah, well,
Bart,
Michael.
congratulations. This was a bit embarrassing for me to win. But look, I think the most important here is just know that there's obviously, as Loic mentioned for his part, the whole bundles the story, right? Security and collaboration, so Webex plus Duo and Umbrella, etc. That you can go to your customer with a one story about, okay, you know, how can you enable to secure remote workers if they haven't done so already, because it's already been 1 year. And then for the return to the office, again, you know, same thing, right? Go there with a story, help, try to have the discussion with them proactively about do they have a plan around that? Do they have a framework in place or not yet? And if not, then you as a partner can help, and we can also help, right? So if there's any engagement that needs to be had with your customers, or first, you know, individually with you as a partner, let me know, let Loic know, and we're happy to help set up both commercial and technical engagements. Everything is possible, right? So don't hesitate.
Yeah. And Bart will have a meeting next week.
Yeah.
So just to be sure, because I somehow I don't know about the. I think Noor did the meeting request. So it seems I don't have your email address.
Bart at DS, but just here.
It's very strange. I cannot find your. There is maybe something wrong with my Outlook client.
Well, I thought you sent me that webinar or shared it. Webinar from Tech Data Events.
Yeah. I can find your email address. Yeah. You're right. I'm going to send it again.
Yeah.
You're invited. It's fine. Okay. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, there is 98% of no-shows today, but at least we have a good one. Bart. Those other people probably have COVID on the beach, but we are
Probably.
So we will miss them. Thank you all. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you. All right.
Bye.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye. Salut. Ouais, putain, ça me dégoûte.